In today's news, Eslyn Henley Riches Learning Center officially reopens. Premier Wheatley reaffirms push for constitutional reform. Skelton urges confidence as BVI shapes its future. And Virgin Islands artist Adam O submits Feeling Nice for Grammy consideration. These and more stories when To It For News returns.
We mash the gas, them bite the dust. We set the speed while they gathering rust. Inside we heart BVI come first. So please don't be fooled cause they not like us.
Once we mash the gas, them bite the dust. Cause we always fast and we always fuss. If you want a real speed, you know who to trust. Somebody better tell them they're not like who? They're not like us. CCT fast, like CCT fast, like CCT just generosity, love the community bad, like CCT fast with the 5G. Cause BVI is we.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Welcome to the Tuesday, October 14th edition of To It For News. I am Jacka Wooding Donovan, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin with news that after 8 years of waiting, the Eslyn Henley Riches Learning Center has officially reopened, providing a state-of-the-art facility for students with special needs in the Virgin Islands. More in this report. The official opening of the Eslyn Henley Riches Learning Center took place on Monday, with Education Minister Sherry De Castro delivering remarks highlighting the significance of this milestone. She noted that the center is the first purpose-built special education facility of its kind in the OECS region.
Miss Eslyn Henley, a woman of vision and heart, the first principal, the builder of this brave beginning. So today, as we open this new home that bears her name, 8 years after the devastation of 2017, we are reminded that 8 symbolizes new beginnings. And so, this moment stands as both a tribute and a turning point, honoring where we began and embracing what we are becoming. This is more than a new building. To her family, this is a continuation of a legacy, rebuilt, reborn, and reimagined.
Minister De Castro expressed gratitude to have special educators and ministry staff who have dedicated their lives to advancing education in the Virgin Islands, calling the opening symbolic for multiple reasons. She encouraged students to see the institution as a place to build themselves into functioning members of society, assuring them that they are not defined by their limits. She also thanked teachers for answering the call and families for enduring the 8-year wait.
To our students, our Grizzlies, you are the heartbeat of this rebirth. This school was built just for you. Every room was designed with you in mind. You are not defined by your limits. You are defined by limitless potential. And so we will continue to build for you and with you to give you the skills, the support, and the confidence you need to step into the world ready to live fully, to work proudly, and to stand independently.
Adding to the remarks, Dr. Martin Baptiste, Division Chief of the Social Sector Division at the Caribbean Development Bank, commended the Virgin Islands for achieving this milestone, particularly in catering to people with special needs. Meanwhile, Premier Dr. Natalia Wheatley described the project as one created with empathy and inclusion in mind. He thanked students for reminding the government what is possible and expressed appreciation to the Education Ministry, contractors, educators, and parents who contributed to bringing the project to life.
To the students of the Eslin Henley Rochelle Learning Center, this school belongs to you, and you are the reason we are here today. You remind us that ability takes many forms and that every child, regardless of circumstance, has gifts to offer our world. You are strong, capable, and an essential part of the bright future we are building together.
The opening of the Eslin Henley Riches Learning Center signals a new chapter in inclusive education in the Virgin Islands, ensuring that students with special needs have access to the purpose-built facility tailored to their growth and development. In other news, the Premier is urging a renewed focus on constitutional reform, highlighting its importance for the British Virgin Islands' progress and self-determination. More in this report. Premier Dr. Natalia Wheatley has reiterated the importance of constitutional reform for the Virgin Islands, noting that while the process has long been on the national agenda, a series of disruptions, including natural disasters, the COVID-19 pandemic, and the Commission of Inquiry, have delayed progress for nearly 2 decades. Speaking on Virgin Islands Voice, Wheatley said it is time for the territory to advance its development and emphasized that there is a clear mandate from the United Nations stating that colonialism should be abolished.
That means the fact that we have the situation that we have with the United Kingdom, this is colonialism and it has to come to an end. We have Keria, the governor, who has certain responsibilities. We have the United Kingdom that has certain reserve powers. There's an unequal relationship between the United Kingdom and the BVI. The United Kingdom, just as we witnessed over the past 3 years, has the power to be able to suspend our constitution, take away our democracy. They have the power to impose things and force things on us. And the United Nations is saying that situation must come to an end.
Responding to questions about the practicality of self-determination for a small territory like the BVI, particularly in areas such as disaster assistance and travel, Wheatley stressed that the right to self-determination is a universal human right. He explained that while the United Kingdom provides certain types of aid, this support is governed by the official development assistance rules and is not always as straightforward as it appears.
You spoke about who's going to help us if we have a disaster. Well, we had the worst disaster in the history of the Virgin Islands that happened with Hurricanes Irma and Maria. And other nations were impacted by hurricanes as well. And the funny thing about it is, some of the independent countries in the Caribbean got more help than we did. Dominica got millions and millions of dollars from the United Kingdom. You had, it might have been Antigua and Barbuda who got money as well. So this is why it's important for persons to have education. If you become independent, and there are other options as well for us, we can have a free association or we can be integrated. It does not mean that you're not going to be able to get assistance in the event of a disaster. In fact, you might even get more assistance because of the relationships you're able to form with different nations around the planet. Now, because we have this relationship with the United Kingdom, quite naturally, persons assume that the United Kingdom going to help us.
Right.
But the United Kingdom abides by ODA rules, official direct assistance.
So what does that mean?
It means that they can only assist out of their development budget nations who are considered low income or developing countries. So we don't get any development aid from the UK. And just for persons, no, we don't get any budgetary aid from the UK. We haven't had budgetary aid since the late 70s when my grandfather, Willard Whitley, became the first Minister of Finance and took us out of granting aid. So they don't give us budgetary aid. They don't give us any development aid. Places like Montserrat will get development aid because they have the situation with the volcano, but we don't get that type of aid from the United Kingdom.
On the issue of security, the Premier clarified that the Virgin Islands holds responsibility for its own security, while the United Kingdom assists primarily through the provision of uniforms and equipment. He also highlighted support from regional bodies such as CARICOM Impacts, the Regional Security System, and other organizations that have helped strengthen the territory's security framework. Meanwhile, at-large Representative Ronnie Skelton has called for deeper reflection on the Virgin Islands' history, education, and future during a recent debate in the House of Assembly. Speaking in support of national progress and self-governance, Skelton noted that the Virgin Islands has only had its legislature restored for 75 years, a short time compared to other Caribbean nations with centuries of governance history. He credited education as a key driver of the territory's development, particularly since the 1980s, and stressed the importance of preserving its role in the future of the territory.
Madam Speaker, people look at us and think we are this great country that existed hundreds of years. We're celebrating 75 years since we got back the legislature. 75 years. People live down in the Caribbean there hundreds of years. Hundreds. And we only have made these big strides, correct me if I'm wrong, from in the 80s, basically. The big strides. You know, we have been making some big strides. And one of the things that propel us so far ahead is education. This is why it is important for any Minister of Education to understand where we came from and what education means to our people.
Skelton highlighted the importance of acknowledging the experiences and perspectives of older generations, especially centenarians who have witnessed the territory's transformation over the decades. He suggested that their awareness of past struggles serves as a reminder of the work still needed to strengthen the country's systems and institutions.
These people were here and they're looking at us and listening. I know Miss Stout from Ballast Bay. She will question you to death on what's going on, what you guys are doing, what is happening. You know, they're concerned because they know what the struggle was. And we need to continue to advance our country in a better way. So, like my colleagues, the two colleagues said, we all came here differently. I came here, which I don't know, on the slave ship of my ancestors. Your ancestors came here on the I don't think it was the Perseverance, because, you know, and the boats, the sailboats, it take you weeks if the wind is not blowing to get from Antigua to Tortola, from Anguilla to Tortola. And most of our legislators, you talk about H.R. Penn and them guys, they used to sail to Antigua for meetings. And it take weeks. You know, so Madam Speaker, we have come a long way and we have a lot further to go.
Touching on the sensitive topic of self-determination, he acknowledged that many residents grow uneasy at the mention of terms like independence. However, he argued that fear should not prevent the territory from exercising its rights or pursuing necessary reforms. Skelton also criticized the tone and impact of the Commission of Inquiry commissioned by the United Kingdom, suggesting that it portrayed local leadership unfairly.
What happens if you get somebody in their dictatorship, who's a dictator, wants to do what they want, how they want? With the systems not in place, yes, it's possible. But even with systems in place, look at what happened around the globe. You can't not do what you're supposed to do because you're scared of that. And people taking advantage of you. The COI report, the COI Commissioner Inquiry came here and make a public spectacle of all of us. The picture, the antics, the image of clearer complexion sitting up here drilling like an African, what you used to see in them African movies. It looks wrong. But they just take a snapshot in time, and that was it. And all people believe that. What happened is some of it was our fault. They have huge problems where they are. Huge. But because we have no say in some of the matters, this is what happened to us.
Skelton emphasized that the Virgin Islands cannot afford to stagnate out of fear. Up next, Spin to Win Jackpot hits twice in 2 weeks, and Virgin Islands artist Adam O submits Feeling Nice for Grammy consideration. These and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Life is unpredictable, and when a storm is coming, having a plan can make all the difference.
We need a plan in case of a hurricane. Everyone, let's work together on this.
This is where we go in case if we need to evacuate. This is safe away from flood zones.
I will use this room as our secure space if we have to stay home.
Don't forget to save our local contacts and also our off-island contacts.
Right, and we need to have a plan for our pets too. They can't go to shelters, so we need a safe place for them.
In case we get separated, we should have a meeting spot. How about the community center?
That's good, and we can leave a note there too.
I feel safe knowing we have a plan.
With a plan, you're not just preparing for the worst, you're taking control of the situation. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The CCT Spin to Win Jackpot has been claimed for the second week in a row, with a lucky customer walking away with $1,000. More in this report. CCT's Spin to Win Jackpot has been claimed for a second week in a row. This week's lucky winner was Derek Duncan, and he walked away with $1,000, continuing a streak of wins that have energized the popular incentive program.
Spin, sir, spin! Well, let's see if you're gonna win. That's a big spin. Where is it gonna stop? Is it going to be on the jackpot? And the jackpot is coming round. It's coming round. It's kaboom! Whoa! Yo!
Contestants earn a chance to spin the jackpot by paying their bills in full and on time. Before taking their turn, participants select a number corresponding with the total of participants that day that determines when they get to spin the wheel. If more than one contestant lands on the jackpot during a round, they split the money. However, Duncan was the sole one to land on the jackpot that day, allowing him to walk away with the full $1,000 prize. Here's what he had to say after his win.
Feel good, it feel good. I literally believe that I would have win this. I ain't gonna tell no lie, but I was hoping it would have been 5,000.
Yeah.
But 1,000 is good.
Yeah, man.
1,000 is good. Thanks, CCT.
That is it. That is it. All right. Yeah, man, we take a quick thing. Yeah, man. So this is how we do it. It's winnings. Winnings and more winnings. All right. All right. Good, good, good.
CCT continues to encourage customers to stay current on their bills for opportunities to win fun rewards such as the Spin to Win jackpot. Meanwhile, Virgin Islands artist Adam O has submitted his hit single Feeling Nice for Grammy consideration in 3 major categories. These are Best Global Music Performance, Song of the Year, and Record of the Year, marking a milestone for his career and a proud achievement for the Virgin Islands on the international stage. More in this report. Virgin Gorda native Adam O has officially entered his single Feeling Nice for Grammy consideration. The track, produced by AJ Ventura and mixed and mastered by Perry Jack, is being considered in 3 categories: Best Global Music Performance, Song of the Year, and Record of the Year. While this stage represents a submission rather than a nomination, the artist described the moment as a significant milestone for his career. In a celebratory Facebook post, Adam O expressed his gratitude, saying it was his first time seeing his name next to the Wood Grammy, and you can't tell him nothing. He thanked his collaborators for their contributions to the track's production and sound, blending soca, compa, zouk, Afro, and R&B influences. Feeling Nice was released on September 7, 2024 under Adam O Entertainment LLC. The Recording Academy's Grammy selection process involves artists and labels submitting entries for consideration before official nominations are determined through member voting. For Adam O, this submission is both a personal achievement and a proud moment for Virgin Islands music on the global stage. In international news, U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that the United States carried out a strike against a small boat allegedly carrying drugs in international waters off the coast of Venezuela. According to Trump, 6 individuals aboard the vessel were killed and no U.S. personnel were harmed. This marks the 5th such strike in the region under his administration's approach of using military force against vessels it labels as drug traffickers. The Trump administration has treated individuals on drug trafficking vessels as unlawful combatants, a designation typically reserved for armed conflict. Trump said the strike was ordered by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and was supported by intelligence linking the vessel to narcotic smuggling and known trafficking routes. The action has sparked growing concern in Washington. While some Republican lawmakers have requested more transparency from the White House regarding the legal basis for these operations, Democratic members of the Congress argue that strikes may breach both U.S. and international law. A video of the strike was released as part of Trump's announcement. Up next, MORTON and ABRAMS named 2 key global committees through 2029, and daytime heating may trigger scattered showers into tonight. These when 284 News returns.
My name is Henry Bosch. I work for PPG. I'm here to explain to you the use of the Deltron NXT paint line and Enviro-based high performance, one being solvent-borne and the next being water-borne. The difference is that one is totally manufactured with rosins and thinners and all the good stuff that solvents bring versus our new technology, which is water-borne, which is 100% latex. What we're gonna do is that we reduce the solvent-borne with a DT885 which is a mid-temp reducer, and the waterborne uses T494, which is a waterborne reducer. We will today be using either DCU 2042, which is a speed clear, or we will be using DCU 2021, which is a classic. We have here our equipment. We have 8-ounce measuring cups, and we also have our 32-ounce mixing cup. We will also have with us our Venturi. This is a blower for us to dry the waterborne paint, which speeds up the process. The good thing about waterborne paint is that as soon as it evaporates, you're good to go. So now Gilligan will dilute the waterborne paint with the waterborne reducer. We made 8 ounces, that would be 1.6 ounce. It always has to be properly mixed until we get an even mixture within the paint mixing cup. So when we spray, we don't see uneven coats of color. So right now we're filling our paint gun with 8 ounces of diluted paint. We're gonna see how far 8 ounces will take us. Waterborne paint seems to look blotchy on your first coat. Don't pay no mind to that. Don't try to achieve full coverage on your first spray. Excellent. Let it dry. So the process in waterborne is 2 even coats, and then we have what we call a dust coat. Well, now we're gonna have Mr. Brown apply the first coat of clear on his waterborne panel. We'll let it flash off, and then he'll come back and coat it with his second coat to finish it off. As you had seen in the previous shots, we had a little blotchiness, and you'll see some patches. That's all due on purpose to sandpaper to prove that with Enviro-based high performance, all technicians, the body work has to end at 800 grit or plus. Well, Enviro-based is like, we're trying to shift everyone into that slowly but surely. The entire west coast of the United States and all of Canada has already been on waterborne for the past 10 years. And now soon it'll be the eastern seaboard, which covers the Caribbean. So when that happens, we'll all be affected. So it's best to start now, start trying and applying waterborne, because eventually everyone will be on it. And referring to technicians, it's less harmful because it doesn't have all the toxic chemicals that solvent-borne paints do.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. In sports, the British Virgin Islands Football Association has announced that President Mr. Avenel Morton and Vice President Ms. Laurel Abrams have been appointed to FIFA standing committees for 2025 to 2029 term. The appointments were confirmed following the FIFA Council's decisions on October 2nd, 2025. Mr. Morton will serve as a member of the FIFA Grassroots and Amateur Football Committee, while Ms. Abrams has been appointed to the FIFA Anti-Racism and Anti-Discrimination Committee. These appointments reflect FIFA's continued efforts to broaden global representation and strengthen diversity and gender balance in football governance. The BVI Football Association noted that this recognition underscores the territory's growing role in shaping the global football landscape. The appointments are valid through 2029. In weather, the British Virgin Islands will experience a hot and partially cloudy weather pattern with an overnight low of 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. According to the Antigua and Barbuda Met Services, available moisture and daytime heating may lead to periods of shower activity across the territory. This is a moderate 50% chance of showers into tonight. Winds are expected to blow from the east-southeast at 13 to 26 kilometers per hour. Seas will remain slight to moderate, ranging from 1 to 1.5 meters or 3 to 5 feet. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:12 a.m. And that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com. Like us on Facebook at 284media and 284media and 284BVI, I should say, on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Jacko Wooding Donovan, and I will see you again tomorrow, so have yourself a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye.